Jazz 1 Ensemble. Today, Mira Costa's own Jazz 1 has entertained crowds of thousands at large concert venues in the South Bay of Los Angeles and have been hailed by adjudicators from coast to coast for fantastic performances of collegiate and professional repertoire. Highly regarded alumni of Jazz 1 have gone on to study improvisation and performance at major universities and conservatories with leading jazz artists. Today, the ensemble will perform Stars and Stripes Forever, John Philip Sousa, arranged by Bill Holcomb; Time of the End, Stephen Anderson; Over the Rainbow, Harold Arlen, arranged by Alan Bela; and Samba del Gringo, Gordon Goodwin. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Mira Costa High School Jazz 1.
Those combo on the trumpet.
Welcome to Mira Costa High School, Wayne Dillon, and I am really pleased to be your spokesperson here for the National Jazz Festival and giving you some specific and some general comments about your performance. So first of all, just thank you for being part of the festival. I hope you had fun in preparing for it, and I hope you had a great school year. So let's get started. First of all, I was just really impressed with the overall repertoire challenges. You've given the students lots to dig into and a great variety of pieces. Terrific. Really impressed with your lead trumpet playing. Very good. Obviously listening and studying the art of lead trumpet playing. You have a lot of angular melodies and very dense textures, and that's always challenging for players. And sometimes more difficult than if it was a regular diatonic type of melody, or if you were just in a triadic structure. So these non-tertian harmonies mixed with these angular intervallic challenges makes it difficult to express the music, and I was really impressed with that. What a cool arrangement of Stars and Stripes, and you had a good swing feel. In general, maybe a little bit more trombone contribution, especially on the fuller tutti moments. That would help the overall band presentation. And then the saxophones could probably blow through some of their busier rhythms to help the overall clarity of their lines. Sometimes that can be easily remedied through miking, but sometimes saxophones just have to be realizing that when you get to a texture where it's full, that they have to, give greater contribution. When you get to feel changes, right, be consistent with time. Really pay attention to what's going on with the drums or the rhythm section. Time of the End, really cool contemporary sounding piece. I really enjoyed that. Listen closely to unison lines. Nowhere to hide, right, when we're playing in unison. Everything is exposed, not just the pitch, but timbre, how you are interpreting the phrasing, accents, all that gets exposed. So lead player is very important to kind of lay that down. Good clarity on the 16th notes. Alto solo, very good range and style. I liked some of the scale choices. You had a little whole tone episode in there, so interesting vocabulary ideas. Great job. Trombones, careful with pitch on open intervals, fourths and fifths. Make sure, again, that gets locked in, and you can fix that with a tuner or in your sectional time. As I mentioned, just lots of repertoire challenges, though, and you're put in situations where your understanding has to be at a high level. Similarly, what a cool treatment of Over the Rainbow. Really impressed with the lead trumpet. What a beautiful sound and projection. Kudos to you. Your tuning, and again, it could be just proximity where you had these instruments to your microphone for the recordings, but the tom tuning, the low tom tuning was kind of conflicting with the bass, your bass voice, to the point of kind of taking out the bass voice. So again, that might be something to look at. Again, it could be proximity, but on the recording, if you notice that sometimes those voices sort of cancel themselves out a little bit. Samba del Gringo, Gordon Goodwin, what a cool chart that is. You had a good groove for the Latin. Probably could tighten up the trombones a little bit more rhythmically. You could have a little bit more sound on the soprano sax with the Harmon mute. Maybe just, again, adjust just the miking and where that, or look at the, what's going on with the backgrounds. The B section of that tune, I think, could get greater contrast if you played it more relaxed, in a more relaxed manner, or if maybe just played it softer for greater contrast. It felt a little bit like the A section. Soprano sax, well done. But you want to start the backgrounds, I think, a little bit softer, and that will help the soloist build. Timbales, make sure you're always listening back to the drummer so we don't rush ahead, especially hemiola type rhythms and things that are easy to rush. The music can never sound urgent, regardless of the tempo that you're at. At times, I mentioned you can use a greater dynamic shading. That's evident on like repetitive phrases you have in that last production. You have some repetitive ideas that I think could have a greater dynamic range, maybe start softer and build them up. So it's not just that kind of the same idea, kind of untreated or unshaped, if you will. As I mentioned, terrific repertoire choices, very challenging for the players. And I was so impressed with how they handled those responsibilities. I hope the comments are helpful for you, folks. I certainly enjoyed your performance, and I wish you the very best of luck. Thanks again.